So Francis Ngannou just got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, and in the boxing realm and a lot of boxing fans, everybody's kind of going about the whole like justice has finally been served kind of thing, where it's like, hey, nobody expected Francis Ngannou to win his first fight, or like we all think he won, obviously, right? But you get the point. Francis Ngannou went into boxing, he did better than everybody expected, and now it is turned out to be as expected. Now he got finished. We're going to talk about that in just a second, and I'm going to give my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comment section afterwards. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about this entire situation. So, of course, Francis Ngannou got worked. He got knocked down multiple times and ended up getting finished. It's actually shocking to me how Francis fell kind of just like Stipe fell. When Francis Ngannou knocked out Stipe, it kind of reminded me, to be honest with you, like how Weidman broke his leg the same way that Anderson broke his leg against Weidman. It's kind of like, it's just weird how that works sometimes, you know what I mean? So the entire conversation's been brought up now with Francis Ngannou, and should he have went over to boxing? Should he stay in the UFC? Should he went and just went for his legacy? Because now he's just going to be remembered as the guy who ended up going to boxing and getting knocked out, which is kind of true. I don't think that's really going to be what people remember about him, but I think it's definitely going to put a stain on his legacy, especially if he continues to just box or beats on these guys in the PFL. He's going to be one of those what-if fighters in the UFC, of course. I still don't believe Francis Ngannou fumbled the bag. I think, what did he make from this? Like 20 million? I don't even know if that was separate from the first fight. Regardless, Francis Ngannou has made generational wealth, at this point. So I don't think that he has fumbled the bag. And don't get me wrong, I've made videos on this before. I don't like Francis Ngannou. I don't like him. And long story short, if you're curious, is the reason I don't like him. It's because he plays with people's lives after he knocks them out. I don't like it. He knows they're knocked out and he pounces on them anyways. I really, really do not like that. And I was like, oh, and when I saw him get knocked out, I was kind of like, oh, well, that was a long time coming, Francis Ngannou, but he didn't really get the Ngannou treatment. The Ngannou treatment would have been if Joshua hopped on him after he's clearly unconscious going wham, 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 you know, but honestly, that's besides the point. I don't believe Francis Ngannou fumbled the bag. I think this is great for him, and I believe that that's better to go out like than, I'm not even saying that's how he's going to go out, but I mean, like, obviously he's no longer going to be the go to the UFC. He's not going to be the guy who's going to beat John Jones, because of course he ended up getting knocked out. You have all these John Jones fans saying now that, oh, well, could you imagine what John Jones would have done to him? Like, it's a completely different sport, and it's way different, and John Jones has zero power in his hands. So that there's a lot of arguments being brought up against Francis Ngannou, and like I said, I don't like Francis Ngannou, but there's a lot of arguments being brought against him right now that I just completely disagree with. It doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, Francis Ngannou won. He won at life, man. He took a shot in the dark. Well, a little bit more than a shot in the dark, but everybody, myself included, was completely counting him out. I was like, what is this dude doing leaving his position in the UFC? That is absolutely insane of him, but he did it. He got the boxing matches. He ended up performing better than everybody expected in the first fight. He had his viral moments. He has made, again, like I said, generational wealth at this point. He succeeded. Even if he got flatlined, who cares? He succeeded. If you want legacy, that's a whole different story, but man, like, I would definitely be doing the same thing if I was Ngannou. To give me another boxing fight, please. I would never change anything like that. So, honestly, props to Francis Ngannou. Nobody believed in him. He defied the odds, and I really don't think this matters. This KO, I don't think it matters. It just puts a stain on his legacy, but he's making more money than pretty much anybody in the organizations right now. Like, when you talk about MMA, of course, it's crazy to me. So, good for him. It's about time he got knocked out, to be honest. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here, to be honest with you. I just, there's some arguments floating around that I don't get, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the entire fight down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video on the screen right now. If you want to watch another video, check out this video on screen right here. I will see you either there or in the next video, everybody. Take care.